Hello, my name is Michelle McLeod, and I'm running for City Council position number 5. And I'm running for City Council position number 5. I was a City Councilwoman for Benton City, and I'm also a land commissioner that represents you right now. I've worked on the 20-year plan, both north of Benton City and south of Benton City. The question today is, what would I do with the property north of the freeway? Well, first I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what has gone on in the minutes prior to this question. I've been reading the 5 years since I was in office and out of office to find out what's going on. And I'd like to start talking about the EDC. When I was on the city council, the EDC would come down regularly and report to the city what was going on. And they came with the Chamber of Commerce. They were both in the same building, and they got along quite nicely and worked hand in hand. Right now, I guess that's not the situation, and the EDC is not reporting to the city at this time. I'd like to see that fixed. There might be some openings. You could keep an eye on that. But when they were there, they brought a wonderful idea of a nonprofit with an autism center, housing, motels, restaurants, movie theaters, bowling alleys, all kinds of wonderful amenities. The reason that I voted no for this was because the people of Benton City will not benefit from a nonprofit and would not be allowed to take part in any of the wonderful amenities that would be on the other side of the freeway. Also, there were numerous times when they tried to sell that 6 acres, a little over 6 acres, for less than what it was worth. And I also voted no for that when Lloyd tried to sell it for underpriced, and I would have voted no this time. Prosser's land next to the freeway is, at the time, worth about $100,000 an acre. Ours is worth quite a bit more because we are closer to Walmart. So that land at the time of its sale was worth a little over $1 million. And our city council, without the mayor, had a meeting and they sold it for $504,000, which is half the property's worth. I wouldn't have done that. And if you read farther into it, I think it's October of 1917, it was illegal to sell that land at that small price. But they went ahead and got away with it. And I don't think that that benefited you. But as a land commissioner, there is a viable investor. With the autism, there were no viable investors. And that was a condition of the land sale, is another reason I said no. Well, now with this new offer on the table, I took notes and I want to tell you about it so that you're up to speed with the opportunities that could happen across the street. The person that came to the meeting at the Land Commission, which the notes are there, you can actually see them, that's 10/26/16. There's a lot of missing notes in our new city council. But Jared Franson, the operation manager, came to talk to us. They own Sun Pacific originally and were in the Tri-Cities since 1956 with an oil company there in Kennewick. They're a local owned gas station, and they sold all of the Sun Marts and the Circle K gas stations. With their phase 1 for this property that they bought, they wanted to put in the gas station. They wanted to put in a car wash. The gas station would be a large gas station catching the eastbound traffic. There would be a sandwich shop, and behind it they wanted to put in an event center so that Red Mountain could use that and bring people down into town. Wine tasting, beer tasting. It'd be awesome to have that. There's also a phase 2, so they were interested in more of the property that's south of the freeway. And in phase two, they talked about the event center again. They also talked about a large type of motel, whether it be a Hampton or a Red Lion Motor Inn or a mom and pop uh, motel. But they, I wanted them to have a large swimming pool if they do that, because it could be like the M Motel in Richland, where kids and families could come and pay at certain times of the day to swim in the pool. Also, in town, they take the swim teams to motels like that. I would like to see that happen for Kaibi. Also, I made sure that they were going to hire local people when they came to the meeting. I think that a large event center, a ballroom inside of that motel would be amazing, because we could have large events like music events, more wine and beer tasting as well, weddings, conventions. We could not only keep Benton City people here, we could bring people here to spend their money. They thought that back then that they could build that phase one with about $4 million. They also thought that their profits alone would be 300 to 400,000 the first year, and that they would have 150 to 200,000 retail at the lowest amount. They were looking at 3 different parcels along with the one that they bought. They also were going to go with the brick theme, because that's our train theme. And so it would flow with the plans here in Benton City. I think that that's important. And by the way, this November, that land permit will be due to expire. I don't know if anyone has expanded the time variance for the permit or not, but it's important for you, Benton City. So please take some time and look into this, and make sure that something that's viable takes place on the other side of that freeway. Thank you.